What is going on out there, peeps? Oh man, if you are not paying attention to what the heck is going on, it's definitely exciting. All right, so let's get into this. I had to share this with you because I just watched the market. So, real quick reminder: we have Pimpy's Investment Chat. It's the same name as the YouTube channel. We talk about gold, silver, foreign currency investments, as well as cryptocurrencies in there. We have a second group called The Hidden Things in Front of Your Eyes. We talk about NESARA, GESARA, current events, political things, as well as things that some people consider to be conspiracy. Real quick look at the cryptos. They're running still. Look at, I look good. My Ethereum, I told you guys, was going to go up. That's the one that I like. But look at, to see Bitcoin over 10,000 again, we talked about a 4 year cycle. This seems to be the 4 year cycle that we're on right now. We were expecting them to take off in July, and sure enough, they are taking off. But again, you can't get overly excited when they go up, just like you can't get overly emotional when they go down, okay? So we'll just keep an eye on that. But look at the futures up here. Gold set a new record. It was at 1933. That is a new, or 19, oh, there we go, 1936.80. That's a new record, okay, for gold. So we are at that level now. We are past that 1920 threshold. Let's see if it could support that, okay? So really good for gold. Silver is up to 24.30. They're both doing really good. But again, I keep anticipating the powers that be to try to manipulate this to bring these back down, try to get silver into the teens. I don't think they're going to be able to do it. I think people around the world are waking up to the fact that there is something going on with the economies around the world, include the Rona, and everybody is picking up on gold and silver. I suggest you do it. If you're procrastinating, waiting for it to drop down before you buy more, you might be shooting yourself in the foot. You know what I mean? I can't tell you what to do, but I suggest if you're procrastinating, you probably don't. If you guys go to buy gold and silver, please come over here and check out our friends at Money Metals Exchange. I will leave a link in the description. You could buy your gold and silver here. If you're a new account, like this is your first time ever buying here, when you go here, if you buy more than $100 of gold and silver, you have an opportunity to put in the promo code Pimpy, Pimpy, and you will pick up a half ounce of free silver, which is now worth about, what, 12 bucks? That's not too shabby at all, man. It's just going to continue to go up. So anyways, like I said, if I had Pimpy University, I would have Lynette Zang there as my gold and silver professor. She does a little Q&A that I'm going to play for you guys. It's going to last a few minutes, but she's answering a lot of the questions that you guys have for me. And just so you know, I will leave a link to her YouTube channel. She's a great person to listen to when you want to learn about gold and silver. So let's get into this because she does cover questions you guys have.
Tim Teven, and he asks, what happens to cash savings after a reset? Well, a better question is probably what happens to it during the reset. Now, on average, we don't know what that reset is going to look like, but what I can tell you is that most of the time it is 1,000 to 1. So if you have $1,000 in your bank account, when you wake up in the morning, there will be $1 there. So basically it evaporates, and that's why saving in fiat doesn't really make any sense, because you've got to understand that by design, inflation is built into the fiat or government-backed system. And what backs the government these days, and therefore what backs the currencies, is the full faith and credit of the government, which means their ability to keep growing debt. And we know that this debt is simply not repayable. We already know that. So that's why you need to have physical gold and physical silver to hold its value during the reset, because currencies will not by design. And I'll just say, the only difference between inflation and hyperinflation is the speed of the inflation.
So, do you hear what she's saying? She's talking about a bail-in, a type of bail-in. So you go to sleep one night and you wake up. If you had $1,000 in your bank account, you now only have $1. Yes, they can legally do that. Okay, that's why I'm saying, people keep asking me, I don't have nothing in stocks, nothing in bonds. I don't have anything in an IRA account. I cashed it all in and I put mine in gold and silver. That's what I did. Okay, I don't trust this. You know what I mean? This bail-in takes everybody's money. And that's what she's talking about. A reset could do that. So if you got all your monies in these accounts and you're holding on to them, for those people that have IRAs, you need to get a hold of your people. Now, they're probably going to try to give you a hard time, but tell them you want to move it into gold and silver. And it should be gold and silver that you physically hold. You can legally do that, all right? There's a way to do that. Don't let them give you a hard time. A lot of people that switched over, their account holders were giving them, of course they're going to give you a hard time. They make money off of you keeping your money in your IRA accounts. So if you have the physical gold and silver, they're not making no money. See what I'm saying? So you're going to get some resistance there. It's just something to consider. Okay, so yeah, she's saying, she have like 3 months, 6 months worth of money in your bank or in your safe at home. You know what I mean? Just in case, because although the money might disappear in the bank, if you physically have cash out, obviously they can't reduce the amount you have because you're holding on to it. So that's another thing to think about when we're moving forward. Okay, she's going to talk about what a bug out place is. I'm going to skip past that. A bug out place is just a place you go when you want to get away from all the heck.
And so a bug out place would be a place that I can go, see. And here's the answer. 100, because system, great question, D. Everybody except those that I choose to go with me. And DC asks, what good is gold and silver in a cashless system? Great question, DC. And here's the answer. 100, because of the broad base of demand with both physical gold and silver, it's used across every single aspect of the global economy. And so because of that, you can always convert your gold and silver into any of the local currency, even if it's cashless. So then it's going to be what? Central bank digital currencies or some form of digital currency. So the reason why you want to hold gold and silver is because then you can convert it as you need to. Originally, in my personal strategy that we execute here at ITM, and I've been executing for a long time for myself, but I had thought in my strategy that on the other side of the reset, I would convert much, maybe even most of my gold holdings, not all of it, because you should 100% of the time you should always have a portion of your wealth in real money, gold and silver. But I thought that I would do maybe the lion's share back into the new currency and fiat money or currency assets once the reset had occurred. But because of the direction that I see them taking us, cashless, digital currencies, etc., well, boy, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. So when everything is intangible, you really need, it's even more important then to be able to hold your wealth intact until you want to use it. So personally, I have changed my strategy. My intention is to hold a lot more of that gold and silver than I otherwise would have, and I will convert it as I need to make sure that I can hold my wealth intact.
So see, for me, the worst thing that can happen is we go 100% cashless. You don't want that to happen. Because if you are, that means they can control your money. If you don't do what they want you to do, they could take your money away, or they can stop you from getting your money. If there's a power outage, you can't get your money. There's a million reasons. Somebody hacks you, you can't get your money. So there's a million reasons why we can't be 100% cashless. Okay, you should be able to convert it into whatever your local country's currency is, as long as that currency is backed by gold. A combination of the two would be perfect, but 100% cashless, no way in hell.
So that's really what good it is. And let's see. Julie at Lee asks, what if a person uses their credit card but pays it completely off before each and every month? Are you still okay as far as variable debt is issued? Absolutely, because you're not carrying any balance. So that's just fine. It is carrying that balance in a variable rate, interest rate, that puts you in jeopardy. So no, that's fine, Julie. And MH asks, if I receive VA disability benefits and a reset occurs, will my disability payments stop? it's not that anything stops, just like, Social Security or just like universal basic income or any of this, it's what those benefits will buy, right? We get blinded by the numbers, but it's that purchasing power value. So no, I don't really think everything is going to have to be modified and reset. Part of the problem and part of the reason why we needed a reset to begin with is from all of these promises, and entitlements that they've spent. They've spent that wealth. They've spent that money. So we know globally that's a big crisis, and I'm going to do a piece on that maybe next week. So it isn't whether or not they're going to stop. It's that they have to destroy the currency, burn off all that debt in a hyperinflationary furnace. Then we can start anew.
See what she's saying? They have to kill the existing monetary policy that we're in now. That's what we're seeing happen. It is being destroyed. But there's a strategy that Trump is employing right now, where he is making sure that our corporations and our lands are all protected before we start doing what we need to do. Okay, so just be prepared. A lot of people ask me, what should I do? I can't tell you what to do. Okay, I can only tell you what I did. All my stocks, bonds, everything are gone. I'm holding them in physical gold and silver. That's the right thing to do. That's what I'm doing. Again, I will leave a link to Lynette's YouTube channel. You really could learn a lot by listening to her. She's great to listen to. And once again, if you're going to buy your gold and silver, please think about our friends over here at Money Metals Exchange. They've about 2,000 of you have opened a new accounts there, right? So you guys, that's awesome, man. You guys are doing an awesome job over there. So if you're new and you haven't bought from there, just like I said before, if you're new and you buy $100 of silver or $100 worth of precious metals, any kind whatsoever, $100, then in the promotional code, put in their Pimpy and you'll get a free half ounce of silver. Okay, it's best for you to do your largest purchase on your initial purchase. Okay, again, gold did reach already a record high today. Okay, it was at 1936. That's phenomenal. It's continuing to perform very well. So is silver. So I'm happy to see that. It's making me look good because I told everybody, hey, look, you guys should be investing into gold, silver, and Ethereum. So yeah, they're both making me look pretty good. All right, you guys, anyways, I just want to share this with you because Lynette answered a few questions that a lot of you were asking me as well. And I wanted to share that with you. So again, you probably want to hold somewhere like 3-6 months worth of cash in your house, because if they do a bail-in, they can't take the money that you don't have in the bank. Okay, so and then think about what you want to do with the rest of your money. It might be a risk keeping it in the bank. That's just my suggestion. You heard Lynette Zang say the same thing. All right, you guys. So that's it for now. I just want to share it. It's awesome to see gold hit a new record high. Let's see what happens. I'm still anticipating them trying to do something to bring the prices down a little bit. I'm not so sure it's going to happen. The rest of the world is waking up to this and they're realizing that economies everywhere are no bueno. And so they're starting to move into safe haven investments like physical gold and silver. You have to own it. You have to have it in your possession. Alrighty? Alrighty, y'all. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. I'll catch you later.